Okay, hello, good morning. We're here today with Nicolas from 5 Star Homes and Roberto from Eco Ibiza. Those guys, you may remember their faces because they were one of the first in Spain promoting for the next season, the next season, the tourism. They are from Balearic Islands, so Eco Ibiza is from Ibiza, obviously, and 5 Star Homes is from Mallorca Island. They're the Balearic Islands. They are property managers, one of the leaders in the field, not only in Spain, but mainly in Europe. And they came out with a video that was a very viral and very surprising video. And I have some questions for you. The purpose of this meeting is to bring up some of your ideas, your thoughts, and what is moving, how you prepare your strategy. We want to share all of this with the property managers in Europe, in the US as well, so people can figure it out when is the right time and what do they have to do. So I have some questions for you. Well, if you want to introduce yourself, go ahead, please, Roberto.
Yes, good morning to all of you. I'm Roberto San Esteban. I'm already 40 years in tourism, and actually as a property management company, I've been dealing in the last 26 years, mainly in Ibiza Island, one of the Balearic Islands, and as well before that in the mainland of Spain. We only deal with Ibiza, and in this moment we're offering around 200 properties from a standard variety, from a basic one up till a very luxurious one, and even we're offering islands or complete peninsulas, and we're giving all the complementary services like concierge services and so on. So in this moment we have a very wide selection of properties and of services, and as everyone else in the world, we are having a problem with the COVID-19. So we are trying to do our best to be prepared to fight and to bring up the best of all our knowledge to our clients in the future season.
Okay. And Nicolas?
Yes. Hello, my name is Nicolas Pons. I am the CEO from 5 Star Home here in Mallorca, Trust and Travel. And we're a small family company here in Mallorca, but we have holiday rentals between from 100 to 200 properties with a level standards medium and high. And what we try is to give the best service. And of course, you can custom your service as you will with us. We try to give a good position, good where our properties. We try to find the best places, more quiet, more safety, and beautiful in betweens. This is our trend.
Okay. How did the idea of this video came out?
Well,
any of you want to tell us the secret?
Well, in the beginning, the idea is that we were, all of us in the travel business in Spain and in the Balearic Islands, complaining one day, complaining a second day. So there arrived a moment where we had to take action to look for alternatives to promote our product and to tell the people that we were ready to improve all our needs, to give in our properties all the necessities that they would like to have once they started coming in holidays. And we wanted to transmit it a little bit to our potential clients that we are ready to give them all the best service once they arrive. So that was the main idea. And we joined 3 companies for the 3 main islands of the Balearic Islands to show them that we are ready to give them that excellent quality service.
True. It's Mauter Villas, the company who's missing today. We asked her to be present in this meeting, but she couldn't make it. Maui from Mauter Villas, and yes, it went out. And Nicolas, do you think it's going to have a good response, this video you showed? Did you have good response, like feedback from people or customers that they saw you?
Of course, I get a lot of emails and calls from a lot of people from the Balearic Islands, where he can give me the congratulations for the video. The people here in Mallorca are very happy, and like in the Balearic Islands, if you make something together to arrive to external people to have a beautiful summer again. We want to translate this message, but we are safety here, and we do everything what we can to have a better stay in our properties, more safety, and with the new protocols. I think this idea have moved a little bit the heart from a lot of people. What we don't have to speak real from the product. We have speak about what we do for you, and then don't forget what is our holidays stay for years. It's very important to know Mallorca and Ibiza for Europe and for the rest of the world. We're very important for the families. The people make travels of family and the remembers experience what you get here. I think this is the idea what we give. No, don't forget where we are and we're waiting for you. And don't forget to have a beautiful experience with us and totally safety.
Yeah, I think it was a very good idea, and from the heart of the Mediterranean area, bringing up these images, reminding people that in the Balearic Islands, there still is a chance to spend their holidays. But Roberto, do you think that...
Excuse me a second. There was something that was, you said it before, that we had big hotel chains and a little bit all type of touristic business asking for the local authorities to create a video to promote a little bit the island and to tell our potential clients that we were alive and we had everything ready. And we didn't wait. We started, and we had, as Nicolas was saying, we had lots of people thanking us of doing it. There were a lot of compliments, and nowadays, like 3 weeks afterwards, there's a lot of other options going on, and we guess that in 2 or 3 weeks there will be a lot of other videos coming up, and a little bit as a copy to us. Even as we are preparing for a second one in like 2 or 3 weeks to a little bit keep on with the same idea. No?
Okay, I think it was a very beautiful video. We're going to put again on the post we are preparing for Vacation Rental Safe Harbor. We're going to put again the video down of this interview so people can see it again. But it was very emotional. And you Nicolas, were talking about security measures. You said in the video you have prepared various security measures. What are these security measures that people are going to find in your properties?
First of all, I want to remember before the COVID, we have changed a new protocols, but don't forget before we have maintenance and the protocols of safety for our guests is very important. So we always have a good staff working class with all the capacity to make a good job. And all our guests and all these times was safety too. But the products what we use normally for bacterialism and virus, is it working well? But we think we need to make something more to have more safety for our guests. And we have a contact with some new companies that offer disinfection with the certification of each property with the process with the ozone. When we use ozone for disinfect a property, what we arrive is not only the virus, it's all the virus, all the bacterialism, and of course, everything what's make allergies to the people. So in one time, what we do is one step more safety for our guests with a certificate document, with a real company, we make it everything sure. But our guests have a perfect stay with us and don't have trouble in his mind if something is bad. We want to offer a certificate what everyone in our homes are safety with COVID. Also with bacterialism, virus, and allergies.
Okay, so I think that this COVID virus, what it came to is to reinforce whatever security protocols you have in the past, and now you have to go a little bit more. Is there any legal requirements that you know, for example, that the Spanish government or the European institutions are going to set as mandatory, so you have to have these kind of protocols? Is there any legal requirements, or is this just a private initiative?
Well, we know that, as I was telling you before, in 2 or 3 weeks, the government or the health department of the government is bringing up the official measures to be applied, the protocols to be applied by hotels and by the country villas. So in that moment, we will know the exact details. But what we have been doing is going in advantage. So that means before all the possibilities, and as Nicolas said, we have been preparing the general usual cleaning, plus as well other options with the laser lamps, and as well with other equipments with ozone, that all of them are completely healthy and completely 100% COVID virus free. And once they bring up these measures, we will be completely covered to apply them, because we're going even further of the necessities that they think that they're going to ask.
Okay. Now it seems that as more days are going, it's easier to see the reality from the past. But a month ago, it was harder to see how this was going to be. There still is a lot of uncertainty on if the market is going to be. It's a little bit more clear now that we have a strong possibilities to have a summer, but it wasn't those possibilities like a month ago. It wasn't very clear. It was more uncertainty. But for this promo video you made, did you prepare any special offers for customers, like better conditions, pricing? What was the package? What was the offer?
So offers, what we try to make is make sure that all the travelers, if you start with a booking with us, and I think the same with Roberto, and the time when you want to arrive to your property is not possible to arrive at, maybe for government prohibition or alert, is help him to maybe get another time with us, to change the dates, and maybe stay a little bit flexible with our guests. This, I think, this is the future with our guests. We don't want to lose and make something what is not legal, but so we lost our good guest. What we do is make something flexible and try to change dates. It is possible. So this is what we offer directly with us.
Okay, and what about you, Roberto?
In our case, there's going to be a little bit of reduction, not that much, because we have been preparing as well special measures to make the client be happy. Since once they arrival, they're going to be having special breakfast on the company and on the house, and as well we're going to give them a very huge wide selection of individual offers in the properties. That means that apart from the cleaning, the disinfection, the client's going to have the possibility of having all the shopping from supermarket directly home. We're going to be having 5-6 different type of chefs and catering services that are going to be taken home without the necessity of going out to the restaurants. We're going to be having like 3 or 4 different type of games and people that's going to be helping the kids to entertain themselves. Yoga services and a lot of other activities, and even as well we're going to be giving them a lot of information to enjoy the nice aspects of the island. We're going to places that they are not massive. That means with a very little amount of people. So in that way they can feel really very, very nice. We are very, very enjoyable without being in a mass like in a hotel, for example.
So I see it wasn't about to change pricing, but it was about to give different options, flexibility on cancellation policies, flexibility on changing the booking dates just in case it was some governmental impeachment or prohibition. And I see that you have also reinforced the number of services to empower and also to increase the customer experience. So it was a package of measures that were coming with the offer. I do believe that it's essential to find a balance between the price. You don't need to drop pricing. think you need to keep your quality, but maybe you have to give more services, keeping up your pricing, because at the end, this is a business, and you need to get out of this business. How is your occupation right now? It's for next summer. What is the percentage of your occupation?
At the moment, in the time for the Europe, we can say zero. For us, at the moment, everything is zero, and all the what we have in the future depends. Every time when we have a new information about the government, or starting the decisions for changing or new cancellations. So that is what we have. Depends on the information from the government. We have more or minus bookings. At the moment, to the end from April, is everything shut down, so everything cancelled. We have changed the dates. And at the moment, we are in zero occupation. More in the summer. The summer, what we have in the summer, we have all the bookings ready, what we have made in 2019 and all the time from the Christmas. So when we started the information about the COVID around the world with the news, then everything was stopped. It's a silence. What we have at the moment is a silence for the new bookings. Maybe, of course, you have you best travelers are trusting you for a lot of years. Of course, they're coming to you and asking the company, maybe you want to travel in August, they want to make one reservation. But the people are now very scared to do that. And he wants to wait to new information about the government from each country. But sometimes in Germany you have one information, and in Spain another one, and Italy another one, and now we need to wait what the government say. In Spain, what we think, we start now first of all with Spanish people, Spanish travelers, and then we are waiting what happens with the airport when he open, and when we have a new guest maybe from Germany. I think we start now with German-speaking people. It means Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. We think are the first country are starting to have travelers. But will we see the government?
And you, Roberto, how is your occupation for this summer?
Well, in the beginning, usually in March, at the end of March, we have like a 65%, 68% of all the sales done of the season, and in this case was similar. And March was pretty good, April was excellent, May was fabulous, and all of that has been cancelled or moved to future dates at the end of the season or for the next year. In this moment, for June, we have like a 68% of the bookings done. In July, we have a 62%. In August, we have a 70%. What is going to happen? We don't know. We don't know if it's going to drop down, if it's going to be cancelled. We just have to wait for the planes. That is the most important thing. And according to that, seeing, as Nicolas was saying, which countries are going to be able to come, they're going to be allowed it. And according to that, apart from the Spanish local people, there's going to be the main tourists that we're going to have, means the local ones that they can just come by with a boat. The rest we don't know. And as well, we are doing a lot of efforts, the state and all the authorities, to expand the season. Usually, in our case, the season goes from March to end of October. And in this moment, they are doing very big, strong actions and changing all the activities that there were in March, April, and May, changing them in October and even in November. So we would be able to expand the season until the end of October or even the end of November. So in this moment, we are all in hands of the planes. We are all in hands of each of the different governments. And according to that, we hope we can maintain what we have sold up till now. But, well, we have to see.
Okay, fantastic. Very good. So the last question for you is, how do you see the future of the sector? What will happen after COVID-19?
I see the future very clear. So the future from the holiday rentals will be go up, and very up. I think more like in other sectors of the tourism. The difference is now the people a little bit scared to stay with another people together and share places. The people want to have more privacy, more safety. Maybe you want to stay with all his family together, but now he was a lot of time, maybe each one in his house and nobody see him together. And maybe he want to have holidays with totally safety for all the family. And what this is the perfect reason is go to holiday rentals. You own property, but nobody goes in, nobody's there. But a quality property a quality company gives you a certificate that you are inside safety. This is, I think, now the reason for the new tourism. The people want to be our safety. And then if the company, what you offer to the guest, have a lot of services, like mean Roberto, you can find that on his web page and on our web page, like a chef, massage, a special travels, everything personally. This is what the people I think want. Maybe in the future, next when we have a vacuum or some medicament are working well with that, maybe the people relax again the situation. But for me and the experts say the new 3 years, we have a very good expectation on our business.
Okay. And Roberto, do you agree with that?
Well, in somehow I agree, but I'm a little bit more pessimist in the sense that the moment that we were living up till now, sorry, was a fabulous, fantastic moment in the tourism business all around the world. To arrive to that point is going to take us back again to the same point. It's going to take us, I think, that a couple of years. Meanwhile, the people start moving, they have enough amount of money to spend in traveling, the big amount of different periods that they can travel, and it's going to take us from 1.5 to 2 years to return to that point. What is true is that talking about the holidays in vacation rentals, in properties, is going to be much better than in other areas. Why? Because we are just seeing a little bit now that the clients that are calling asking for information, they're not willing to stay 3, 4, 5 days or even 1 week as before. They're just asking for longer stays. That means a couple of weeks and even 20 days. That means that the idea and the mentality is changing in the sense that we're going to be doing less vacation, but it's going to be longer, and we're going to stay in one place with all the family, with some friends, and we're going to enjoy a longer period over there. So in that sense, I think that's going to be, for us, much better, but it's going to take a little bit more time to return to the place where we were.
True, true. I think that there are things that have been said here, and very important is after a crisis, you need change. Change is the word that is going to go all over. So if you do see the crisis coming and you react rapidly, you get out of the crisis rapidly. So I think key points that you have said with the future of the vacation rental business, the essential are protocols of security, essential are services, essential is privacy, essential is also flexibility on booking dates, etc. I don't know if I should make this question, but I think that a lot of people will be very interested to know about what do you think about this. Do you think the roles of the OTAs are going to be the same after this crisis, after what happened?
Very question. I think this is depends on each company and what is happens or what is the effects what they have feel with this tornado with the COVID-19. The OTAs, he need to change his mind to not make maybe decisions what can affect a third person of this business. We don't need to forget the OTAs are only between us. It's only between us, but he can make nothing without us. We have the product, and the OTAs will be held to sell all product. In this situation of this case, depends of the OTA have made one another decisions. One big companies make a very good decision and help us to solve the problem with the guest. Another ETAs don't give the possibility to make sure be happy with our guest and take decisions what is not from our companies on with our clarity what we want to do exactly with the guest. For example, if I have a booking through an OTS and I want to share our problems or explain him what we can offer him, with some ETAs, I don't have this possibility. And what we have feel with a lot of guests, what have canceled directly his booking with, for example, I don't want to say no names, okay?
No, you should not. The question was to make a reflection about.
And know the OTA. And the guests say, why you have canceled us the booking? We are saying, sorry, we don't have canceled you the booking. Before we want to cancel your booking, we want to offer you a flexibility or wait for your answer or what is your questions about that. And this,
But do you think that it's going to be a lesson learned? You think people will learn a lesson after what happens? Because
yes.
I think the relationship between OTAs and property managers has drastically changed, and the reasons are to be seen, I believe, in the near future. But I think something has changed. This is like when you, let's say, break the big trust, the bond of the trust that must be between partners. So if you're my partner and I take decisions, these decisions, I don't take you into account, is a big trust broken, and probably it looks like a big effort needs to be done on both sides to get back again together. Otherwise, this may not work for everyone. But also we need to consider that OTAs were bringing customers. They were essential to expand the market, and obviously property managers were hosting the guests, and they were also supporting the activities because they were paying commissions to the OTA. So it was a both-way needed relationship, and suddenly got broken. So now it's a new situation. And the question was, Roberto, if you think it's going to be the same or if lessons will be learned. What do you think?
Well, I think that there's two sides to look at. The first one is the relation of the client with the OTAs. And the relation of the clients of the OTAs, unfortunately, in the first moment, is not going to change too much. Why? Because they do a lot of publicity, they're very strong, the image that they have, and the client feels safe when they book with them. What happens? That in the beginning, that for us is an inconvenient. But little by little, what they're realizing, the client is realizing, is that these OTAs are not giving personal service to the clients. The service at the end is done by the property management. So in this moment, as you were saying, that it's time of changes, is the moment that we really play hard this aspect of giving service, giving personal attention, and little by little, I think that we're going to be able to make it change. Then the other part is what you were saying, the relation between the property management companies with the OTAs. That, I think that, especially with the big ones, has been very, very unusual and not too nice in the last months, because they don't care about anything else except themselves and to cover the image and the name. And at the end, the property management, that it's from who they live, they haven't taken too much care of. And I think that little by little, most part of us, we are a little bit fed up and angry, and we're going to try to make it change a little bit because it's necessary.
Of course,
it's a bit surprising too. I must add to what you said, that only Airbnb, only the CEO of Airbnb went out to the market to give a speech, give a reason. The rest of the OTAs are quiet. We haven't had any, big statement we haven't heard from the OTAs a word by explaining why, or what happened. It's been all underground, so it hasn't been public. So I think that it should be a time before summer, maybe that they do adjust and come up and say sorry. Because here in the US, for example, you have a lot of companies that they are getting together to sue Airbnb, to go into court directly for violation of their cancellation policies. And I think that there are going to be other actions in Europe too. So we don't really know. It's difficult now, and it's better not to pronounce yourselves a lot about. But to keep in mind that there will be a change in the market, it's kind of important. So we're up to the end. Thank you very much for your time, for being there. Congratulations again for your initiative. I think that leadership in any area of the world, any segment, any market, whatever, is very important. So leader companies like yours that you went out and do the first jump on the river, it's very important. So the rest of the others can follow, and the rest of the others can also get trust and confidence about what the future is. It still is very uncertain, but I think it's closer now to know that the Spanish authorities, the European authorities are now getting ready to allow tourism during the summer season, which means that maybe it may be national, it may be more local, but in any case, it will be activity economy, because we as the sector have been very, very much affected. So thank you. If you want to say something, this is your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you to you. It has been a pleasure. And I hope that we keep on having these relations, close relations as we had. And in anything you need, please count with us.
Thank you. Thank you,
No,
Nicolas.
thank you very much to you, and everything will become support to you about questions and conference to maybe give more information about that to other professionals who have the initiative to create something new. We are there. We are a community. So in growing the holiday rentals.
And Jose, as we said in the video, this summer we'll wait for you in the Balearic Islands.
Yes, and I also have to thank you, Maui from Outer Villas, who wasn't able to be in this video, but she's also part of the spirit. I think that most of us, when we saw the video, we felt great emotion. It was like a cry of a wake-up call saying, we still are here, we need to do our holiday, we deserve this, and we're not going to let our dreams go by that easily. So congratulations for your fight, and see you maybe in the next interview. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.